Welcome! Today I will show you 5 logic riddles which will test your mental sharpness. The first one is quite easy, the second one a bit trickier, the third and the fourth riddles are challenging, and the last one is one of the most difficult logic riddles I know. Write down in the comments how many riddles you were able to solve. Let's start with the first riddle. It's a simple, yet very tricky riddle. There are 3 drawers in front of you. One is labeled blue socks, another red socks, and the last one is labeled blue and red socks. You know that one of the drawers contains only blue socks, one contains only red socks, and one contains both blue and red socks. However, you were told that every box is labeled incorrectly. You may only take one sock from one of the drawers to find out which drawer contains which socks. How can you do that? Pause the video now to think about the solution. The solution will follow in 3, 2, 1. To label the boxes correctly, you should pick a sock from the drawer labeled blue and red socks. This drawer must contain either only red socks or only blue socks. For example, if you find a red sock, label this drawer red socks. Then change the red socks box to blue socks and the blue socks box to red socks. Here is the second riddle. Pablo and his pregnant wife live a wonderful and happy life, but he does not have any skills that can get him a normal job to support his family. He grew up as a smuggler, and that is how he still makes his money. Every day he crosses the border on a bicycle with 2 bags of sand. But today the border officers got a tip that he is a smuggler. So the customs officer checks all his bags, but finds that they only contain sand. As they cannot find any evidence, they allow him to cross the border. What could it be that Pablo is smuggling? Pause the video now to think carefully before answering. 3, 2, 1. No, Pablo did not smuggle any drugs or anything at all in the bags. Pablo lives a happy, peaceful life with his wife, and he does not want anything to do with drugs. Pablo is smuggling bikes. Every day he crosses the border on a different bike, smuggling different bikes back and forth. The third riddle is a super famous brain teaser. Can you solve it? Larry is a huge lover of fish and aquariums, so he bought 4 new tanks to put in all his fishes. But in his house he has only one tap that the aquariums will fit under, and it is in fact quite a high tap. Larry also loves to make constructions that will make his daily life easier. He only wants to turn the tap on and off one time, so he built the following construction of his tanks. However, Larry is not really sure about his construction yet, and now he really wants to know which tank will be filled up first. Can you help him solve that task? Pause the video here to have more thinking time. 3, 2, 1. Are you logically able to tell which tank will be filled up first? After thinking for a while, Larry just tries it and he finds that both the containers 3 and 4 will be filled up first. And here's why. The water on the tank 1 will be filled up to the conduit of tank 1 and 2, and then it will flow to the tank 2. The water on the tank 2 will get filled up to the conduit of tank 2 and 3, and then it will flow to the tank 3. The water on tank 3 will be filled up to the conduit of tank 2 and tank 3 and start flowing in the tank 4. Since the outlet of tank 3 and inlet of tank 4 are not at the same level, water will continue to fill tank 3 and the inlet of tank 4. As a result, tanks 3 and 4 will be filled at the same time. Here is the fourth riddle, which is quite hard. In the ancient Greek times, there were once 3 brothers seeking all the wisdom in the world. They asked the gods to bless them with this. The gods answered and granted them all the knowledge and wisdom in the world. But at the same time they cursed the brothers. They would never be able to be separated from each other, and one brother could only talk in lies, one only in truth, and one sometimes told lies and sometimes told truth. They were known throughout the whole country, and many travelers and seekers came to them for the solution to all their problems. But no one knew which one of the brothers gave the answer that was true. But then a wise and old man entered the temple where the brothers of wisdom resided and asked them the question, "Which one of you is seated in the middle?" The brother on the left answered, "The brother of truth." The one in the middle answered, "The brother of both truth and lies." and the brother on the right says, "The brother of lies." Suddenly, the wise man proclaimed that he had solved the mystery of the temple and now knows who of the brothers tells the truth, who lies, and who switches. How does he know it? You can pause the video now to think about the solution. The solution will come in 3, 2, 1. If you solve that riddle, congratulations! Now you have access to unlimited wisdom. The brothers from the left to the right are brother of both, brother of lies, and brother of truth. The brother of truth is not seated on the left because he always speaks the truth, whereas the idol on the left replied that the brother of truth is seated in the middle. The brother of truth is also not seated in the middle, as he always speaks the truth, but the brother in the middle replied that the brother of both is seated in the middle. Therefore, the brother of truth is seated on the right. As the God of truth is seated on the right and he always speaks the truth, then the brother of lies is seated in the middle. The last one is the brother of both. He is seated on the left and he lied. The last riddle is the most challenging one. On a sunny Tuesday afternoon, you go visit your grandma. Expecting to find a happy and exciting granny, you enter her front door. But instead, you find your grandma in a state of distress and panic. She bought 10 bottles of the same medicine in the store, each bottle containing 100 pills. But there is a problem. One of the bottles contains pills that are slightly different than the pills from the other 9 bottles. The pills from the 9 identical bottles all weigh 1 gram, but the pills from the 10th bottle weigh 1.1 gram. The problem is that all the bottles look exactly the same, and even though she tried to mark the special bottle, the mark is nowhere to be found. You know that grandma really needs her medicine as soon as possible, so you need to come up with a solution fast. A quick search through the house shows you that there's only one measuring scale that is precise enough to weigh all the pills. However, the battery of the scale will allow you to use it just one time before the battery dies. How can you solve this? Pause the video now to find out the solution. The solution will follow in 3, 2, 1. I love this riddle because it has such a simple but brilliant solution. You should take 1 pill from the first bottle, 2 pills from the second bottle, 3 pills from the third bottle, 4 from the fourth, 5 from the fifth, and so on, until you take 10 pills from the 10th bottle. Ideally, you will have 55 pills weighing 55 grams based on the weight of 1 gram per pill. The deviation from 55 grams will tell you which bottle contains the heavier pills. If it is 0.1 gram more, it is the first bottle which has the heavier pills. If it is 0.2 grams more, the second bottle has the heavier pills. If it is 0.3 grams more, the third bottle has the heavier pills, and so on. If it is 1 gram more, then the 10th bottle has the heavier pills. Did you have that right? Great! You just saved your lovely granny. That were 5 of my favorite logic riddles. I hope you had fun and see you in the next video.